Hi YouTube family, how are you all doing? How are you all doing? Hope you are doing great. Welcome to today's video. This is Victorious Mirabel. Here we talk about my faith in God, lifestyle, fashion, all that pertains to life and godliness. Yes, to all my returning subscribers. I just want to say I love you guys. Thank you guys for the support. I see your comments. Those who are new subscriber, I want to say thank you. Thank you for joining the family. And if you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Join the family. Let's grow this channel together. Let's talk about things that affect us as human beings, as Christians, and have a wholesome life, upholding each other. Yeah. So in today's video, I'm gonna be talking about wedding ring, engagement ring. Like, does that ring a bell? Does the ring a bell in your head? Like, yeah, that's funny, right? So I saw this video from Bimbola Creek. If you ever watched Skinny Girl in Transit, the girl who acted, she has a YouTube channel, and I saw this video she made, and she was talking about engagement and wedding ring, and asking if this, like, is it a big deal for you? Is the size and the type of your engagement or your wedding ring a big deal for you? And this really, like, it really resonated with me, because when I a couple of months ago, when I got married, and I posted on my Facebook that I'm married, and I do weekly videos on Bible studies and just encouraging Christians, and a couple of people came to my channel and to my Facebook page, and they were asking me, "Oh, Mirabel, you say you're married, where is your ring?" And in my mind, I'm like, yeah, even as a Christian, where in the Bible does it say that a ring is a must to have when you get married? Like, where, like, it's it's important, but for me it's not a big deal like that people will be so cling to, or is gonna define your status as a person. So because of that, I kind of like put a questionnaire on all my social media platform, and I was asking people, for married and for single, like, if you are single, is an engagement ring, the size and the type, a big deal for you? If you are married, was the ring, is the type of ring and the size a big deal for you? And I got like a lot of comments, a lot of contribution. Like, I went into a deep discussion with people, just getting people's point of view and just see where people are. Like, it was so interesting, and I'm gonna be reading some of the comments for you guys. Then I'll give my opinion on this point, because many people were asking me, "Oh, Mirabel, what do you think about it? What do you think about it?" So if I'm looking down, I'm just reading some of the comments that people gave. So once somebody said, "To me, marriage is not all about the money spent in organizing or buying wedding rings and big parties. For wedding is just a day, but marriage is a lifetime. So what matters for me is what the parties share together. If the parties love themselves genuinely, happiness will follow, and that's what matters most in marriage." That was somebody's comment. Another person saying, "If I really need to decide, size does matter for me, but reasonable within budget. And if he can't afford right now, I'll be patient." And I asked this person, when you say if you can't afford, you be patient, does it mean you're gonna postpone your wedding until he saves up for the ring type you want, or you're gonna compromise and get married with what the guy can afford, and then in the future you're more financially stable, get the kind of ring you want? She said she was gonna go with what they can afford at the moment, and then in the future she can get the kind of ring she wants. Yeah. Another person said, "To me, marriage is not even about the ring. It's about understanding one another and living a happy life with your family. I have seen friends and family do big weddings, big rings, and 3 months later they get divorced. Wedding ring doesn't determine the success of your marriage." Ooh, that was deep. Like, I just like her point of view. Wedding ring, it doesn't determine the success of your marriage. So for her, the success of your marriage is what is important, not the not the ring, or not the other things. Another person said, "It depends on your spouse, especially the women. Men don't really focus on these." This was a man talking. So I asked the guy, because the person who gave this comment, I know is married. I asked the guy, when you were getting married, did your wife insist on a particular ring, and were you able to afford it? If not, what, like, how did you guys strike a balance? So he said, "She agreed to something we could both afford." The key word here is both for me. Like, when I saw this comment, he said, "We agreed on something we could both afford." The good thing, my wife and I stick to the budget. This comment really just got me. I'm like, yeah. The first part of the comment is the boat. We could both afford. And he said, my wife and I, we stick to our budget. And for those who know me and those who have followed my channel, I'm very big on budgeting. I believe if as a single, if you learn how to budget, even in marriage, you'll be able to budget, you'll be able to work together financially, because it's very important. Marriage, money is one of the elements that cause a lot of issues in marriage. So as a single, if you can handle your finances properly, you can inculcate that same habit, and you want to pay you want to marry, or you want to be compatible with somebody that have the same financial values, that you are not toiling and the person is destroying, or the person is, you are not a heavy saver and the person is a heavy spender. Like, it will really throw you guys off balance. So I really like that comment. The next person said, a ring is never a big deal for me, but I am very particular. It's something I never valued until I got married. It was a thing of pride for me. So ensuring I get the exact one I want shows I'm valued. I get this person's point. The person said a ring was never a thing for her, but when she got married, she was very particular about the kind of ring she wanted, and she said it was a thing of pride for me. When I saw this comment, it just pointed me to another comment. I saw somebody on Bimbola's Creek's video said a wedding ring for her is what gives her security, is what covers her insecurity. And then when this person said a wedding ring for her is a thing of pride. So for me, I get the fact that, okay, your wedding ring is a thing of pride. You want to flaunt it, say, oh, you're married. But does that pride, is it extended in the area of like, okay, you're insecure and you want to use your wedding ring as some authority or boost your confidence? If that is the area you're leaning towards, for me, I feel like that's very unhealthy, because a confident person, somebody who loves this, somebody who is secure in himself, comes inwardly. Every other thing outside doesn't add value to who you are or who you know yourself to be. But if it's a thing of pride, saying, oh, you want a particular ring because you like it, just because it gives you that vibes of getting married, not adding value to you as a person, then I understand it. So this was somebody's reply. Another person said, I love rings generally, so it was my big opportunity to get the exact taste and quality. I get that one. I got a lot of comments of people who say they love ring. And for me, this goes out to say that if you're a man and you're dating a woman, be particular about what that woman wants. If you date a girl that loves ring, you should be ready to get her a good ring. Like, you cannot meet somebody who loves ring and she already wears rings and wears luxurious ring, and then for her wedding or engagement ring, you want to get her a fake ring or something so cheap. That's degrading. That's like, it's like, for me, it's like an issue. So know what your lady wants, or know what she likes, so that when you're giving it to her, you're giving it with your full chest, or at least get to a conversation, or get to a place where you guys can both understand yourself. If you can't afford, if you feel like, oh, she's very luxurious, or she's a high class, or she has a high standard for something as a ring, then have that conversation instead of hiding behind fakeness or just drilling away from having an actual conversation. You'll be shocked how much maybe she can compromise just because of love. The next person said, it is something I am going to be wearing for the rest of my life, God willing. So it has to be what I love, seeing and smiling too, for whenever I see it. I am going it with the intention of a blissful forever marriage. And when people admire and compliment my set of rings, they always say your husband has a very good taste, and that makes me happy, because I do want the world to know the truth that my husband has a very good taste. When I was single, I've always worn rings because I love rings and choose one that are of value to me and give me smiles. Though I am married now, I do still wear fashion rings. I just love rings. Being married should not take away from that interest I have even before marriage. This is what I'm saying. This is somebody who loves ring. And the whole point of this for me was the intention. Why do you want what you want? I am not here to say, oh, people want luxury rings, or people want 25 carat diamond ring, or blue diamond, or black diamond. They don't deserve it or it's not something realistic. But my question is, what do you want? That's why when I asked the question, I said, is a marriage, is a wedding ring or an engagement ring a big deal to you, and why? My main concern was the why. Because of social media and a lot of peer pressure, I got somebody who said it was a big deal for her when she got married, but now it's no longer a big deal. And I asked her why. She said, oh, probably because of peer pressure. Even in Bimbola Squeak's video, somebody said they had sat down with friends and seen friends Google the price of other friends' wedding ring, and she felt like she had to keep up to that standard. Peer pressure. Somebody said, oh, oh God, like the comments were like they were very interesting. Somebody said she needs a luxury ring so that if they break up tomorrow, she can sell the ring and use the money she sold the ring for mental treatment. Okay, sis, I hear you. Like, I hear you. But my question here is, how are you going into a marriage with already a pre-notion of separation? Like, you're already meditating divorce or separation even before you get into the marriage. Like, that's something that I won't. It's like you're going it to like, let me test the waters. Let me see. I feel like if you have gone to a point where you want to marry somebody, marry with your full chest. Just like this last comment I just read, the person said you're going to marriage with the intention of a blissful and forever marriage. That's the energy I want people to go into marriage with. Not going like, oh, I want the luxury just because if tomorrow he breaks up, you already have a negative mentality, and whatever you think of, whatever you meditate on, that's gonna be your manifestation. That's gonna be what you will manifest. Because our mentality, what we think about, it becomes our reality. We start second guessing whatever the person does. You are looking at that person through the eyes of your thinking. So that was it. And then another comment, this is the last one I'm gonna read, and then I'm gonna share some part of it before we end this video. This person said, it is a foundation, and it is a foundation and understanding you go into a marriage with that you will be dealt with. If a man realizes that you can be easily swayed from something you love and cherish, and you think that's some sort of submissiveness you are applying by not insisting on what you desire in a respectful manner and a mutual understanding, you are opening room for abuse, in my humble opinion and observation. This person was like, yeah, they love ring, they want a luxurious ring, but you have to be open and you have to be able to communicate what you want and not being easily swayed to put aside your desires, because it's going to be an avenue. But I like the way she talks about it, how to communicate your need. First, she said in a respectful manner, not in a prideful manner. In a respectful manner and with a mutual understanding. So here I get the fact that the mutual understanding is like, okay, where you guys are financially, where this guy is financially, you cannot bring water out of a rock. If the man earns, let's say $1,000 a month, if you remove his expenditures and everything, and you think that he cannot save or he cannot afford a 30,000 diamond ring, how do you want him to buy you that kind of a ring? So the communicating what you want respectfully is very important. I really like this point. In mutual understanding, it's very important. Yes, like I said before, I will not downplay or I will not bash those who want what they want. But how you go about it and the reason you want what you want, it's the concern. So now I'm going to talk about my personal opinion on this matter. I look at it from where I am at in life. Like, where I am at in life, I'm very big on investment. Yes, I've never worn a ring, and I've always fancy, like, okay, the only ring I want to wear is my wedding ring. Will I want it nice? Yes. Will I want it moderate? Yes. Will I want it big? Not really. Will I want it extravagant? No. Like, I'm at a point where instead of buying a luxury ring at this point, I'll prefer an average ring and then use the whatever is left for investment. As a family, we have a lot in the future. We have kids, school fees. Like there is just so much that it's important that a ring. Yes, I want a ring, but not the luxury ring, not a ring that will plunge us into debt, or not a ring that will ruin our financial status just because I want to wear a ring, just because I want to prove a point, or just because I want to show off. Yeah, on Bimbola's quick video, she said somebody commented that the husband gave her a luxury ring, and 10 years later, they are still paying this ring, and she has even joined her husband in paying for this ring. In my mind, I was like, wow. 10 years later, you can imagine the interest that they have accrued on that ring. Like, that's not something I want. Is a ring important? Yes, to some people, but please let it be moderate. Let it be, and you can change your ring. I have met one person that really made me have a different thought about this ring issue. A couple of years, there was one of this my mothers in church. She began selling jewelries, and when I went to her house, she said, oh, she's gonna change her wedding ring. She's gonna be wearing this ring now. And I asked her, I'm like, why are you changing your wedding ring? I thought the ring that was blessed on the altar, that's the only ring you're gonna wear for the rest of your life. She said, who said so? She said when they got married, her husband could not afford a reasonable ring, and she had to do with what they had. But now that they are financially stable, her kids are grown, she can afford whatever ring she want to afford, and she wants it, she can go for it. So it just shows me that it depends on where you are at in life and your priorities in life. So that's what I have to say for this video. Whatever you do in life, please, what are your intentions? What is the reason behind what you do? I hope this video was encouraging. Please leave a comment section below. What are your thoughts? If you are single, is your engagement or your wedding ring, the type and the size, a big deal for you? If you're married, was it a big deal for you? And why was it a big deal for you? So I love you all. Thanks for watching this great video. Please, if you have watched this level, please subscribe and leave a comment in the comment section below. Yes, see you all in my next video. See you all in my next video. Love you all. Remember, God loves you.